Bridget Bartlett here. I am the president of visionmarketinganddesign.com, and today is the very last day. I know my team is excited, but I am super excited. Today is the very last day for our presentation training. So this whole process has been very time consuming, and yesterday I did kind of a marathon session to do a lot of work on the presentation just behind the scenes because even though you get your outline in the presentation, you still have to work out the kinks, and I'm still working on it, but you just want to make sure that you're hitting all the points. And like I was telling you before, the beginning part is the most important part because that's when you're going to draw people in, right? That's when you need to let them know that you are the solution to the problem that they have. Okay, so the beginning is really, really important, and it's also the introduction to the other part of the main point of the presentation, right? So you really need to make sure that that beginning is not only kind of like, I guess, a hook, but also you want to make sure that if the people that continue watching your presentation, you want to make sure that it's kind of like pre-qualification. They're deciding, is this the solution for me? At the same time that you're giving the presentation, you are deciding, is this the right thing for them, right? Because this presentation is your business. So if they are not the right customer, then it's great that we can kind of work all of that out in this presentation. This is also why it's great to do these for webinars, YouTube videos, client consultations, all of those things. Presentations are great, but you can see from this training series, this is a lot of work. Also, I hope you guys see that, if you are in your Builderall dashboard, a lot of things have changed. Lots of cool, exciting things coming in 5.0. If you're not part of the webinar group, definitely join, or the WhatsApp group, definitely join, because there are lots of cool videos being posted. And if you are not part of our Telegram group, let me move this over here. First of all, to join, make sure you go to visionmarketinganddesign.com and you can see all the benefits. I'm not going to go through all of that today because I want to make sure that we get into this presentation. But we do live training Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday is a live Q&A. You also get access to over $10,000 in courses, and 85,000 plus PLR products, half price on templates and private coaching. It looks like Maria is here, both Marias, Alfredo and Christy, Linwood, Val. Hello, everyone. I know I'm super, super excited about the launch. Okay, so if you are not in our Telegram group, definitely go up here and join the group. Honestly, I feel like it's the best part of the whole program. So I'm going to move this over to the side. Let's get into the training. I want to show you kind of what I've been working on so far. So I'm just going to show you the standard presentation. So here's the part we have not worked on yet, right? This is the beginning. We definitely have some animation things we want to kind of address. Actually, instead of showing you like this, let me just show you like this. So we have, here's the beginning, and then here's this. We haven't really done anything, but what I did do is, since I was working on the presentation, I wanted to think about what's the next slide. So you're in the presentation and you're like, okay, here are the top 20 tools you need to be successful. This could be, like I was saying, it could be a webinar or something like that. Then you want to go to the presentation overview. So it's like, you're welcoming them. Hey, here's a presentation. And here's what we're going to talk about today. Who needs online tools? Why are online tools important? Top 20 tools every online business needs. And my secret hack to save 90% on all the tools. So tell me what you guys think about that. Linwood says new tools. Can you elaborate? I'm not sure. Oh, I'm definitely not going, if you're asking if I'm going to be adding or showing you new tools in this presentation, I absolutely am not. But if you are in the WhatsApp group, you'll see the videos being released about the new tools and different things like that. So it's definitely cool. This would be like the presentation overview, right? So you're telling them, here's what we're going to talk about. Now, this secret hack, I wanted to throw this in here because not only is it true, but it's kind of like, when you say secret hack, that really hits that point of, oh, wow, she knows like a way that she can save 90% on all the tools. Well, it's true. I do, right? And that way is Builderall. And I'm going to explain to them all of the 20 tools and how much all of this is going to cost and how they can save 90%. And the point of that is to say by joining Builderall, right? So the next slide is who needs online tools and why. So here's when we're going to go and this is what we really need to work on today. So here's what we need to go into. We talked about when we did our research, who needs online tools and why. Online coaches need online tools. So I do want to reword this. Remember, we just pasted this in from our research when we were asking questions, but I want it to be more like online coaches need online tools, and then we can say the benefit here, right? So how do online coaches benefit from the online tools? Well, they automate your onboarding processes. On onboarding processes, we could say sell. If I could probably spell right, that would help. Sell your courses online and book coaching sessions automatically. Okay. So, and of course I spelled that wrong too. This is why it's always good to go back and check. Now, I probably will reword this, right? But if I was on this slide and I was like, I really want to add something in there, okay? So I kind of want to keep this part short, but if I wanted to add notes just to update you guys, I could add some notes here. So maybe I want to put the main points on the slide, but I want to add notes here. Like maybe I want to say, when I get to the slide, online coaches need online tools to automate your onboarding processes so your course is online, book coaching sessions automatically, and then maybe I want to throw in a statistic or something like that. So if I wanted to add notes, then I could do that. So we have local business owners need online tools, and then we could say get new customers to your location, or transition most of your business to online sales. Okay, we could definitely reword that. So that's what I want to go through and do here. Okay, again, I don't want to take up a lot of time on this because there's a lot that I wanted to go through with you guys that I actually did. So Maria says, where do I find the WhatsApp group? And then let's see, you just found it. Okay. I did put it in the Telegram group, so definitely look through there. In Telegram, you can actually search for links. So if you want to search that, you can find, because I did share there. There's a different one, a different Telegram or WhatsApp group link for current members than the ones for the new members. Okay, so freelancers. So we're going to go through all of this. And then, so once we talk about, and again, this is redundant because we've already talked about it. I already told you guys what I want to do. So we've come up with some, people who need it and why, right? That's the first part of this whole thing. And of course we want to, rebrand this and stuff. We're going to make it look like the rest of it, but I wanted to make sure that you understand the flow of this whole presentation. So we talk about who are the people that need it and why. Okay, and then we're going to talk about, now, what are the main benefits to online tools? Well, you can save time, right? Save time, save money, passive income. Setting your business on autopilot is like having a whole team working 24 hours a day. So obviously you're saving time, right? And isn't that such a point that we all love? And you guys, you jokingly call me the queen of automation, and I will proudly wear that crown, because when you are just one person, you can only get so much work done. So if you need 25 jobs done and you can only do 20 in a day, well, you're either not going to get those 5 done, or you're going to have to hire someone to do it. But if you can set up all of these things on autopilot as much as possible, then you're saving time and money, right? And the saving money is the next point. The tools are a lot less expensive than paying the salaries of an entire team to work for you 24 hours a day. Now, at this point in this presentation, you guys can say, oh, I remember when I was first starting my business, or, oh, when I finally was able to get my business on, online and autopilot, here's how much time it saved me, or, oh man, the retention I have in my customers is so much better because I was able to actually, automate the follow up process, and things were falling through the cracks before, and now I don't need to worry about it. It's one less thing to worry about. Oh, I'm finally able to have dinner with my family on Friday night. I'm finally able to, things like this. So these are all things you don't need to be an expert to really push the value on this one slide of what you're getting ready to present to them, right? So this slide, it's only slide 10. You're getting them thinking like, wow, that's really true. If I could automate a lot of these things, I guarantee you every business owner has thought about a way of duplicating themselves, creating more time in the day, or how to automate things, right? The first two things are not scientifically possible yet. So the next answer is automation. Okay, so you can save time and money. So those are the two top benefits of the tools, but also passive income. That's kind of like a coined or like a generic phrase maybe, or kind of like people are just kind of, we're hearing this all the time. But what is passive income? It's not really passive. You have to set it up, right? So the thing is, once you get it set up, you can make sales set appointments all day, every day, while you do what you do best, right? Most business owners did not start out, a lot of us were like, I love digital marketing, right? But most of us didn't start out saying, I want to be a digital marketer. Most of us just learned, maybe we found a product that we were interested in, and then we're like, well, how do you get it online? Like, how do people actually make money online? And that's why what we're doing is so beautiful, is because it's not a product we're promoting. It's our own business that is the skill of digital marketing. Okay, you could promote a lawyer in the same way that you could promote, a influencer on Instagram, or have your YouTube channel or something like that, right? So these are the three main benefits. So I wanted to, while we're talking about on all of these slides here, who is this for? We want to make sure that if the person watching this presentation is not a course creator, or maybe they're not an online seller, or maybe they're not a freelancer, right? Maybe they're just someone who's like, I don't even know, but all I know is I'd love passive income, or I'd love to save time, I'd love to save money. So even if we didn't bring up who they are specifically, we can always hit everyone by saying these are the three benefits. So if you are someone who wants to save time, money, or create passive income, this is for you. Online tools is what you need, right? So why are online tools important? So here is the understanding the customer journey. Okay, I really thought a lot about this, and this is the main problem that people have with marketing. They understand they need all the tools, but they don't really understand why. Why do they need all the tools? Okay, it's great, they understand that people need to find you on social media, but why? What's the point of that, right? So why are online tools important? Understanding the customer journey. So here's what we're going to talk about in this presentation. I want you to see here that I have notes on the side. Okay, now my slide is very clean. All right, it's just this image right here, and then we have awareness. All right, so there's not a bunch of words on here, there's not a bunch of distractions, but I have awareness. And then what I'm going to say when I get to this slide is I'm going to say the customer journey, or otherwise known as marketing funnel. And that's important to bring up. And that's also why I put this image here, because a lot of times if you say, well, first of all, when you have a sales funnel, and then they're like, I don't even know what sales funnel is. I stopped listening already because I've already heard that so many times. I don't know what it is, or they don't understand the value of it, or they just immediately shut down and they're like, oh, they're going to sell me a funnel builder, right? So we're not really focused right now on the tool. We're focused on why are the tools important, right? What is the meaning of the tools? How can they help you? So obviously, otherwise known as the marketing funnel, starts with awareness, since you can't do anything until the customers become aware of your brand. And maybe at this point you want to bring up some type of anecdote, like, Um, remember the first time you ever saw McDonald's? How did you see, or remember the last time you tried something new? How did you discover it? How did you find it? Was it on Facebook? Was it on Google? Did you, get your phone out and say, where is the nearest pizza place near me? Things like that. So those are great ways of kind of, again, getting them, even if you're doing this to a group, getting them to interact with you in the sense that they're thinking about that, right? They're applying practical application to the awareness part of the customer journey. So now you have them thinking, okay, save time, save money, passive income. And now it's like, okay, now I'm learning. I'm starting in the learning process of why this is important and how this whole online marketing thing works, right? So awareness. All right. So now we go to the next slide and we have a discovery, right? Now these are the exact same slide, and all I did is I always talk about working backwards. I created this slide here, and then I just duplicated it and then removed one, right? And then duplicated and removed one and duplicated. So I basically just worked backwards to make that simple. That's just a little tip to help you. So the next phase in the customer journey is discovery. So once prospects discover your business, the trick is to get them to engage somehow, like enter an email, so you nourish the relationship. And again, you could use an example of, do you remember the last time you entered your email or something like that, right? So then we have the next slide. So we have Salesforce. So the next step in the customer journey is consideration. So Salesforce.com estimates that customers or consumers are 75% of the way to making their decision to buy from your business or brand before they ever visit your store or contact you. That is based on your online presence. Okay. So again, now they have to enter the phase of they've discovered your business, or they've become aware of your business. They've discovered your business somehow through something, like they've made contact in some way. They're considering, and we always talk about the know, like, and trust factor. It takes 7 to 10 times for someone to actually take action with your business. They have to be exposed 7 to 10 times. So this is part of the consideration. They're seeing your posts on social media. They've Googled you a few times. Maybe you have retargeting ads that are, showing up in their timeline, but they're still in this consideration phase. They've not yet decided to purchase from you. Okay. So then we get to the next phase, and it's conversion, right? So hopefully, if they like what they see in the initial stages of the customer journey, and that's important to point out, right? Because if they never, let's say they discover a bunch of negative reviews about you, they're not going to move through the customer journey, right? They're just going to stop right there. So it's important to say in the conversion, and we all recognize conversion as sales. Hello, that's where the money's at. We don't all want to do this for free. If they like what they see in the initial stages of the customer journey, they'll make a sale. But the journey doesn't end there. And that's important too, because a lot of people, especially, they picture this funnel and then they see, oh, okay, here's the funnel. And then here comes the money and I'm done. I made money. And that's not actually when it ends, right? So the next phase of the customer journey is once the sale's made, you should still find ways of providing value to your customers so that they want to keep coming back to you. Okay. It is cheaper, cost effective wise. Like if you're running paid ads, or you're even like creating, printed materials, brochures, things like that, all of your marketing dollars, it's going to be basically, you're going to break even with your first customer, if that. Right? So most of your income for your business is going to come on the back end sales. So if you're only worried about those one-off sales, you're going to go out of business quickly, right? Because you can't pay enough Google money in Google ads unless you have, $1,000 product that people are just going crazy for, which is really hard to do. Then you need to make sure that you're building that list and you're getting those sales on the back end somehow. I mean, you could even, if you wanted to, you could do retargeting ads with your Pixel and Google and all of these, these paid ads ways of doing that. But you could also just build a list and email them, right? Maybe like if you're promoting Builderall, maybe you don't want Maybe that customer doesn't want Builderall. Maybe they already have a platform they've built all their stuff on. They don't want to move, but maybe you have a social media scheduler that they absolutely would love to have. So it's always important to keep that customer relationship. And all of these things I'm telling you because they're all things like I'm practicing with you, right? I'm going through this presentation with you, and all of these things are things that you can talk about, and you don't have to have them written down like where you're reading. Don't go through this video and be like, okay, Bridget said, and then you go and then you type and then you go. Don't do that. Just be a normal person and just know the content well enough that you feel comfortable explaining it to someone else. That's the true test to know if you really know what you're talking about. So the last step is retention. Okay, so when you invest time and money on your marketing efforts, you will likely break even on the first sale. That's why most of your income is going to come from return customers. Okay, so you can see the last two steps of the customer journey there. That's where the money's at. Okay, that's where the scaling happens. That's where all of the growth happens. That's where most of your income is going to come from the last two steps. So if they are a local business owner and they're like, yeah, but I get all my business from word of mouth, and that's great, but all those people that are referring you, are you keeping up to date with them? Because, and if you're not doing your Google reviews and you're not keeping up with all of these things and driving traffic to those reviews, if my neighbor tells me, hey, Billy Bob's Plumbing is a great business, the first thing I'm going to do is go Google Billy Bob's Plumbing, because I don't have their website, I don't have their phone number. And if I pull up their Google account and they have a bunch of negative reviews and no phone number and their website looks horrible, even though my neighbor said they're great, I likely will choose another company. Okay, so word of mouth is never a good excuse. That's what I'll say. So now we need to transition, right? We've talked about the customer journey. Okay, we need to transition. I'm so not done with these slides, so don't judge me on all of this. But it's important in this phase right here that you tell them how important it is to win at each stage of the customer journey. Okay, they need to work backwards. Basically, they need to have a website. They need to make sure that they're winning at all of these stages to keep them moving forward. Like I said, if they see a bunch of negative reviews, you need to address that. Otherwise, they're never going to get to your website to even look at it. If your website's horrible, they're never even going to make a sale, right? And if they make a sale, then if they don't have emails following up with that customer or adding them at least to a list, then they're never going to get that retention. They're never going to get the return sales. So these are all things that's incredibly important to tell anyone who's trying to do any type of online marketing how important that is, right? So when we get to this next, so here's where we've talked about how important it is to win at each stage. Now here's where we're going to transition into how you can win at each stage using the tools. Okay, here's our transition, right? So I have all these dollars coming down. I have this picture of this guy who looks really frustrated, and he's holding a money bag, and he just looks like I've had enough kind of look, right? So at this, I put some notes here, and of course I'm still working on this and revising it, and I'll probably have to go through this several times before I'm really happy with it. But when we get to this slide, we're presenting he's overwhelmed and frustrated, right? So I'm saying this can be an overwhelming and very expensive process, all right? So already I'm explaining what they're seeing. They're seeing money pouring down, they're seeing overwhelm and frustrated, right? So I'm saying this can be an overwhelming and very expensive process to sort through all the tools, get past the learning process, and then try to figure out how you can get them all to integrate with one another, right? If you're a coder, no problem. But if you're just an average business owner who's just trying to get all their stuff online to automate this, It's a problem. That is a huge problem. And I honestly, I feel like that's such a big selling point that we don't talk about it enough. How simple it is that everything being in one place all integrates with one another. If you've ever tried to integrate with one from one platform to another, no matter what it is, I guarantee you it's caused you even more frustration than what this guy looks like. So I'm going to help you save time and money by showing you the top 20 tools you must have to not only promote your business online, but also automate and manage these processes. Okay. It's not just about running paid ads, but we want to automate and manage them. Right. And it's not just marketing, it's business processes that we're automating. Plus, I'm going to show you my top secret hack to how you can get all of these tools in one place for less than $100. Okay. So now if they're thinking, oh, they're going to sell me something. Oh, I've just told them, yes, I am. But I'm going to show you how you can get all. So I've set their mind at ease. They're not anticipating $1,000 course. They're not anticipating, $1,000 a month tools, right? They are saying, okay, less than $100, I could keep looking. If they see less than $100 and they're like, whoa, I was thinking everything's free in life, they are going to skip out of the presentation, and that's fine because you want them to, right? You only want serious people. All right. So let's scroll through here. So here is, and you guys have already seen this, here is how we talk about all the tools. I'm not going to go through all of this because I am adding new things. So we go through all the tools, right? And then here is kind of the end of the presentation, right? We're summarizing all these things, and I'm still working on all these. You can see that I kind of started here with the idea, and then I was like, that's great, but I really want to, as I'm scrolling through these, I really want to drive home the savings. It says little $300, little 70 here, but how much more impactful is this slide here, right? So I'm saying website builder, but we're not going to present it like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. And this is what I was showing you before. And this is important. And this will save you so much time. All right. So this is actually the end slide because it has everything on it. Here is the duplicated slide that I need to now remove one step, right? So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this and this and this. All right. So now I'm going to duplicate this slide. And I'm going to go here and I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to duplicate this slide. And then I'm going to remove this and remove this. Okay, so now when I go to present, here's the cool part. So standard. So I'm saying, so let's recap the costs, okay? For a website builder, the average cost is about $20 a month. And I made sure to put monthly because I want them thinking that's not a one-time fee. This is a every single month, okay? So I'm just helping you to understand my logic for that. So then I'm saying, and then email marketing, $99 a month, okay? $40 a month for the booking calendar, and $75 a month for CRM. Now, I haven't really made up my mind. I'm wanting to do this in a way of like the first slide here is actually like the top 4 tools that like everyone needs, okay? Most people need a CRM, but not everyone. These are pretty much the top, but I think there's a new tool that I want to put on here, so that's why I haven't really set this in stone. But I wanted to let you know, like, this is kind of the path I'm going on with these. So now when we get to the next one, right, we're going to do that same process, and we're going to say $75 a month for social proof, $70 a month for a webinar, $300 a month for a funnel builder, $50 a month for an app builder. That's an additional $290 or $495 a month. Okay. So then we're going, and this is the process, right? We're going through all of these things. I have some ugly slides coming up here I'm still working on. And then, and I can't show you the rest of that. Okay, so this is what we're working on. I have added some tools like I was saying, but I can't show them to you yet. Okay, so by tomorrow, all of these things will be put in place, and then hopefully on Friday, I can actually present this done presentation. And I do think that I would like to also create another copy for for Team Vision, okay? Because it's really not that hard to take all of this same information and then just at the end of the funnel say, okay, now we talked about the tools, now how about strategy, right? So again, this is why creating one of these presentations, especially using Canva, is so super simple to update and to keep. It's more than a video, right? I mean, you could easily make another video, and chances are by the time you've gotten to where you need to update things, you have done this presentation so many times that it's even easier and faster for you. So anyway, guys, if you don't have any questions, that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are extremely excited about the launch because there are so many. I mean, I want to tell you all about them. That's why I'm super excited tomorrow to hopefully I can have this presentation done. And then with the new tools, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out, but we are going to be talking all about the 5.0, the new tools. So definitely don't miss our live training. We will still be here, but the launch will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States. So when our training is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm super excited because I cannot wait to hear what you all have to say. So again, if you are not a member of Team Vision yet, go to visionmarketinganddesign.com, become a member, and we will see you in the training. I will see you all tomorrow, same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality. Bye.